Welcome everybody to Amazon AMA. I forgot what the name of it was. From east to west, where we go the entire world. It's not just the coast of the US, but from the east coast of the US to the west coast of the east coast of the US. It's full 180. I did a full
Exactly.
360. I'm going to do a full 360 and turn around and keep going the way I'm going. Well, we talk about Amazon in the show, maybe sometimes. We talk about whatever we want. We answer questions from the audience whenever the audience asks questions. No can tell you on if there are questions or not. It's just something that we don't divulge. It's private information. But we talk about Amazon, and today is the second day of Prime Big Deal Days. And I'm curious to my co-host Brett Bohannon, founder consultant at Vortex, decade of Amazon experience. That's who's with me. I own and run Cartology. I've got 15 years of experience. So suck it. And you know what? Amazon has not gotten crazier, and it's also gotten crazier. But maybe I don't think in the ways that people think over that past probably 10 to 15 years. So quick check-in, how's PBDD going for you?
Ooh, good acronym. I just call it Fall Prime Day because the other one I
Yeah.
can't really remember. It's going good. A couple clients they're up around 20-25% from last year.
Okay.
Up about 30% normal volume sales first day versus normal kind of high peak days.
Okay.
So yeah, people are buying. I mean, as a consumer, I had a couple things I wanted to purchase, and first time I've kind of like been like, oh, let's hold off till Prime Day.
Okay.
Couple
Yeah.
couple things for the family, for the kids, for myself. Because
Any
we have
staples in there?
mm,
Like normal.
like normal stuff, everyday stuff.
Yeah, and everyday stuff that you'd buy.
No, mostly like new fluffy covers for our beds. I go
Okay.
and do mattress. I don't know what they're called. Um,
Duvets
yeah,
that
yeah,
covers the
duvet.
comforter.
No, we already have those. The ones that go
Oh,
inside the duvet covers.
you're talking about the thing that's around the bed, the
Mhm.
skirt.
No, just
Oh,
like
you're.
the blanket and that
Oh, yeah,
goes in
yeah.
the. It's just duvet.
Yeah, it's a duvet.
Yeah.
Doctor Duvet.
Um, you're so smart. You know French well. Um,
We. Then that's where it
uh,
ends. That's all I
yeah,
got
a couple baby items, like a baby toy.
for you.
Yeah, for me. For me.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just gonna be really fun. Some headphones for myself because my wife bought some, and I was like, "Oh, I like these."
Oh,
And
you like the ones that she got, so you're like, I need to get me some.
yeah, but she bought them for $60 at Target, and I was like, "I'm gonna wait till Prime Day," and they were $40. So,
Woo! All
ha!
right.
And I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go to Keepa and track a couple of these, see what price I think they'll be." Uh, and they were that price, just based on historical information. So yeah. One thing I did see was pre-Prime Day deals on an item.
Yeah, there was a
Um,
lot of early. I felt like I saw that on Prime Day as well too.
yeah, that was. I don't know if that's new, but that caught my attention. Um, the coupon highlight on the product detail page on mobile is different. It has like a light red highlight, so
Yeah.
maybe the clips and redemptions are going to be higher. Usually they're around 50%. So Amazon's probably testing some stuff to get that up because they get
They
paid.
changed the button colors too. Have you noticed that? And
And I think they changed the whole entire font of
people
everything.
said that they announced that at the general sessions at Accelerate, but I was not there, so I don't know
Oh,
what they said.
that wasn't in
I
anyone's recap.
yeah, it was not.
No.
You like those recaps?
Yeah, they were good.
It was the best Amazon Accelerate recap that you read.
There was one from Mansoor over at Incremental Digital, right? Incremental
Digital
Digital. Yeah,
incrementum.
Incrementum. Um,
I guess that's
let's
like
see.
I'm just now realizing that sounds like a mashup of incremental and momentum.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they did.
I never realized that until now. I just thought, oh, that's the name.
Let's see. What did I do here? I think I put a bunch into Notebook LM and just had it provide like a summary for me.
Okay, gotcha.
But he had a good one. He had like a whole page that was just and went out to the sources. I don't have it on me, but I think that was the best. It almost seems like that's like the thing now is to create those recaps.
The Gen AI recaps.
Just recaps of the event. I think I took
Recaps of event.
the actual
Gotcha.
YouTube video and put it into Notebook LM and spat out a couple main recaps.
I mean, I feel like you could, if you do it well, you could go and meet with prospects and or clients, and it would be a beneficial show. But if you're going there just for the announcements, is it worth it? It's kind of like the buzz of being there is cool.
Yeah, I think it's the same thing that a lot of people talk about Prosper is, it's more about the networking. Um, I think
If you can't get
if you
FaceTime
were,
with Amazon too, go for it.
yeah, I heard Seller Cafe was pretty awesome. I heard that was very, very good for lots of sellers who had problems, existing problems, and they were able to kind of sit down and get it fixed.
Yeah.
So that's great.
You were going to say
I
something
think
else though.
I think what you said is very important. I have one brand, and I was like, hey, if we're gonna go to one event, this is probably it. And I'd be happy to go with you guys. I think that would be the best if you had a client and they were like, I want to go to an Amazon event. They would be fun to go to with a client.
Yeah.
Um,
Amazon
and
generally does a good job with that event. I feel like in the new convention center that it was at last year, I think it was at that same convention center this year in Seattle. It was a good location. Parking was a little bit weird, but I got a spot that was like literally not a quarter of a block away. Like it was super, super close because I had a rental car and I was staying with my aunt and uncle. So
nice.
a lot of people were at hotels that were downtown, so maybe they weren't worried about parking. But that whole event center was really nice, and the food that they did, I thought was pretty good. Like for lunchtime, although I didn't get to it. There was one time that I went, but it was one of the food like lunches was sponsored by. I'll have to look up the name of the company, but it's sponsored by Kaizen, which is like a high protein, gluten free. I'm pretty sure it's gluten free pasta brand that my wife and I use, and that was just cool to see that. And he was featured as a seller, which I thought was a nice little touch.
Yeah, that's cool. And then the next one, what is that coming up in later on in the year?
Unboxed is coming up November. November 10th through the 12th. November 10th through the 12th, baby. It's coming up. Are you ready for it?
Heck yeah.
Are you going?
No.
Okay. Well, then I guess you are ready for it. Or not ready for it.
Unless I get invited. We'll see. I heard that all the tickets sold out. Are you going?
I am going, and the tickets always sell out every year, and I am never ceased to be amazed when people on like group chats are like, tickets sold out. I'm like, yeah, every single year they sell out. Like I bought one knowing that minimally if I couldn't end up going or didn't want to go, that I'd be able to sell the ticket.
for premium.
Well, I mean, I guess I could. Yeah, I don't know if that's legal to scalp them, but I knew that it would be worth it. So, and I'll get a chance to meet with some people at Amazon, meet with some peeps in the industry, partners that we work with, and I will be interested to hear some of the things that Amazon says about ad updates. That's the thing that I feel like has changed the most is we've got so much more data, so much more options, like sophistication of the platform of Amazon over the past 10, 15 years. The things that haven't changed, unpredictability of Amazon, as in we're taking your listing down, something has become ineligible, buy box woes, seller support sucking, like those there. I think there have been some improvements there, but those are the things that still are a challenge and probably likely always be a challenge because Amazon is not trying to be the most seller centric company in the world, they're trying to be the most customer centric company in the world.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the announcements too, they were kind of already there in the back end of Seller Central. I came across a few and I was like, oh, this is new. And then they're like, oh, this is a new feature. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Maybe it was just something they'd already been testing before they were wanting to officially announce it and roll it out to people, is my guess.
Yeah. Looks like we have a question.
Okay, shoot.
Hi guys, thanks for this is from Gregoria.
Grigor Lungu. Let's just say that's what his name is. Grigori. Sorry for messing up your name, Grigori.
It says, hi guys, thanks for the QA. I found out that 6 ASINs are registered for ship and product packaging program under my brand. I have never sold those products. Is that a new kind of black hat tactic?
Are you familiar with the SIP program?
I've never used it.
I'm wondering why, if you're watching us, what would make you think that it is a black hat tactic? Like I would get if something were, bunch of negative reviews showed up, or the product was suppressed, or someone ordered it and then, was making specific complaints. I saw recently someone was saying someone was making specific complaints in the customer messaging using language from the terms of service so that it would get flagged. But I'm wondering why you would think that would be a black hat tactic. If you have a insight on that, that would be great.
It sounds like, let's just say his brand is New Me Tea, because I'm having a New Me Tea right now. So it sounds like his brand is New Me, and someone's selling water bottles under his brand that ship in product packaging. That's what it sounds like. So if you peel the layers off of that, it almost seems like it was an old listing hijack, or maybe an old ASIN from his brand that someone jumped on and changed it and made it into another product. I don't know. Or it's kind of hard with the context to figure out what the deal is. Like if it's actual New Me tea, let's just say black Earl Grey tea, because that's what I'm having. Are they selling that as well, the same exact ASIN, or is it a completely different ASIN? Kind of have to answer those questions and then peel back the layers from there, because it could be either or. So it's hard to answer that question.
You got any more context, Grigori, if we're saying your name right? Yeah, if you can provide some additional insight into what you mean, even by selling something on your brand, like there are ASINs that are that are part of your brand, but that are maybe brand registered, but are not ASINs that you're actually selling. Just more context, the better. Totally, as he said, it's a totally different brand, and they sell totally different products. I'm curious how they get to register their products and they appear under my brand. Based on what you're saying, I don't know how the SIP program plays into this, but someone registering their products under your brand could be a black hat tactic. Like that's very much a possibility, trying to manipulate brand registry. Like that's for sure something that I would guess could be black hat. I just think a little bit more context would be helpful. And here's what I'll offer you. If you want to connect about this, like send a message to Brett or myself, we can hop on a call and walk through what's going on and see if we can help you triage the situation.
Yeah, it sounds like a listing hijack or like an old ASIN that you might have had that's dormant and someone found it, grabbed it, and then basically changed.
Yeah, they took the UPC that was there and then flipped it to
Yeah,
his UPC. Is that what you're thinking? Okay.
yeah, that happens, and usually it gets erased after a while. But my if that's the case, I would just go straight to brand registry with documentation and basically saying, "Hey, this is what's occurring. This shouldn't be like this," kind of deal. If you have some past proof that, hey, that ASIN was under your brand and now it's, changed, that will help too, and they'll just remove it, essentially. But I would start there. But as Michael said, reach out to Michael, myself, and with some more context and point you in the right direction. But I would start at that spot.
Yeah, happy to help however we can. And hopefully we don't mess up your name when we do talk to you. And here we go. Now I'm just being a DJ. You want some minimal house?
Sure. Oh, there we go.
This is what the after hours Amazon events are like.
Yeah, exactly. So do you like Prime Day? Fall Prime Day?
I'm kind of getting deal fatigue if I'm honest. It does drive a little bit more sales. It's certainly not Prime Day where I've seen 2 or 3x sales, but like seeing a 25, 50, one of our clients saw a 50% boost, like that feels good to me. It's not blockbuster.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what the precedent really should be is, 20, 50% lift for just for prime fall.
I think it's good, but it also creates a moat between now and Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Like you really can't do any deals between that time frame because of the whole pricing structure. So if you're going to do deals on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you kind of have to let everything be until then, and then you can price it accordingly, because of the look back, and so that can cause issues or potentially. Depends on how big of a deal you do.
Yeah, and I think don't make the deal too crazy if you're wanting to do something crazy for Walmart. If you're wanting to do something for, I mean, don't make the deal too crazy because then Amazon might price match you on Walmart versus Amazon. But if you want to go big on Black Friday, Cyber Monday, you don't want historical price to be low. And I think they're looking at is it 60 days?
I think so. I have to go.
60 days.
It's so confusing to me.
Last 30, 60, 90. It's something in the last 90 for sure, but I don't think it's quite that far.
So you would have to match this deal or beat it. Is that right? For Black Friday, Cyber Monday?
It has to be, well, it has to be, I think, 20% lower than your lowest historical price. So yeah, you would actually have to beat it. I'm pretty sure by 20%, which is a big deal. But I don't know if they're saying like your lowest price in general or just the historic average. I'm pretty sure it's the lowest price.
I think it's lowest price because I had a client that I was helping out with them. They're brand new and they were we ran a promotion. We dropped the price pretty low and we had to go pretty low for this Black Friday, for Cyber Monday, to kind of beat that price. It wasn't 20% lower than that price, but we had to beat it for this fall Prime Day deal. So
Yeah, it can come back and bite you in the ass if you're overly aggressive and not thinking about the future leaning strategy. So let's Brett, let's talk about how you're building in public. Tell us what you're doing.
oh, which avenue?
Whatever you're doing, what are you doing something on Substack now?
Yeah, doing something on Substack. Let me throw a plug on that real quick.
Let's plug it out, man.
Agenticfieldnotes.substack.com. That's agenticfieldnotes.substack.com.
You can put it in the chat and it should.
Oh, look at that. I'll do that. Yeah, no, this is I kind of started geeking out on AI stuff, not just like prompt and like if where do I put it in the chat? How do I put it in the chat?
Just in the type of message section where you found Grigore. I've said his name like 5 different ways. So sorry, Mr. Lungu, if I'm saying that correct even.
Oh, I don't know where to. It won't let me type.
It won't let you type. Come on, get the heck out of here. Come on, get out of here already.
All right, see you, bye. No, I like, I created a couple like chat bots, or a chat, whatever they call them on Chat GPT.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was that one where you can check your titles and bullet points. I think it was bullet points. It was a couple years ago for Amazon's requirements where you can just plug it in. So I started geeking out on it. Like, how can because it's just me. I'm a solopreneur. Yeah, that's a good one. Dr. Brett Bohannon.
I would let you give me a physical. Not too much information.
But I started geeking out on like things that can help me in my process. And I like sharing those things because I feel like other people are kind of doing certain workflows and whatnot. And it's just like a mundane task. And that stuff bores the crap out of me. It burns me out, truthfully. So it's like, how can I create these things that will help with that? And so it's been super fun. Like I've had an expiration date issue with supplements that just happens repeatedly. So I was like, okay, well, how can I cut down the time for all the documentation needed? And so I created a tool for that. So yeah, I'm just, showcasing it, call it my field notes, and hoping that people will enjoy it and get some interesting tidbits out of it. Could help them.
Cool.
Yeah, it's been fun. There's a lot. I mean, there's the whole agentic thing, like N8N workflows, and so I mean, it's just scratching the surface, and I feel like AI is kind of the future. So it's fun playing around with it, and it's been fun to do. Starting a YouTube channel as well.
Okay. Tell us about
Not
that.
It's going to be actually with the digital avatar. So it's me, but I don't have to be in front of the camera. I can just create the script and it will talk. So it's kind
Interesting.
of fun. Yeah. I was saying with a friend who does marketing for, she's good friends with my wife, and we were sitting at the river a couple of weeks back, and she does marketing for Dean DeGrazi, which is like Tony Robbins kind of style. And she brought up this guy named AI Surfer. That's all he does. And his whole goal is to like have AI do like 90% of his work. And then he gets to do the 10% that he likes.
Is AI actually doing 90% of his work? Because that feels like an overestimation.
No, he's trying to get there.
Okay.
So he's
I feel like
things.
that's not truly going to be super possible. Just my take, or it's going to be a long time until we get there.
It might be a while. But I mean, these guys have a lot of time to figure it out. So a lot of people that I follow are just like constantly on it.
Okay.
And so, you know, I think it will get there, but there's always going to be those underlying things like what, like Carrie Masters posted the other day, and it was talking about how she was trying to shop using agentic on Walmart, and Walmart
Yeah.
blocked it. So there's going to be those things. And I posted on there, and I was like, yeah, I think it's going to be a paywall soon for agents. Couple things.
You know why?
Advertising. They get paid off of advertising and impressions and clicks. But also an insurgence of people coming to their site. And that takes bandwidth. Now, I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but stuff like that is ever evolving. And especially with the Chat GPT shopping and all that, that was a huge thing. And it's just Etsy and Shopify, but yeah, it's just crazy out there in the world that it's in. It can get complicating, but it's fun to try things.
The most crazy part about things like ChatGPT or Perplexity or Claude or whatever's querying the internet, they're going and crawling things like Google, but they don't pay for that. So Google could even block them from doing it. I don't think they would, because maybe it picks up shopping feeds and other things like that. But I'm pretty sure ChatGPT just opened up a shopping feature as well. Maybe is that what Kiri was talking about, or
No, I think she was just talking about agentic going to Walmart, like saying, "Hey, can you shop? Can you go to Walmart.com and look for this?" And then it blocked that agent. I don't know if she was using chat or comment or one of those.
Well, then the next step is, how do you mask something like that so that it looks like it's coming from human IP? But then we're in the Red Queen scenario. I know if you are familiar with that. Basically, everything in nature gets back to where it started.
Yeah.
The Red Queen in Through the Looking Glass, she's just running, and she always ends up back where she.
Yeah, and there's, and I think like a lot more has come about. There's that AI hallucination. They're taking a bunch of mushrooms.
Hallucination.
It's true. Hallucination.
Hallucination.
I can't say that word.
I like it.
But it's the same thing. It's like you have to have a human touch on it to a certain extent. And will that ever go away? I don't know. But wouldn't it be cool if you could have an agent go into the back end of Amazon, and Amazon's probably going to build this out. I don't know. But if they had something where it's like every day you pull this report, and download it into my drive and then upload it to the sheet. I don't know.
Yeah, it would be cool to have.
So it's like these softwares have to be thinking about that as well, because it's like, how is that going to evolve? And how is that going to affect the softwares? And that kind of goes back to our conversation of over reliance on softwares. I think a lot of these softwares, and I'll say it again, is like such as Packview, they're looking just at enterprise, because that's where they're going to make their money. So there's going to be a gap soon with these softwares and with all these developments of all these things.
What is the gap that you think that we're going to see?
Brett says it again.
I love watching you look at what I put on the scroll.
It's fun.
It's like the best. That's the best part of this AMA for me. Is just waiting for you to read it, and I'm like, he's almost there.
I don't know. I think the gap is because
there's no one serving small to mid-sized businesses. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of, yeah. And then there's people like me that are just building out these random things that people could use, but they just don't have the bandwidth or time to do it. Or there's teams that are like starting to do this and being like, oh, I can build out this little tool. Oh wait, I'm not using this software as much because I built out this tool. But then there's it's like, how complex are you going to build out that tool? And is it easy? Is it simple? Like the variation theme name checker that I did when they announced that thing, I made it simple, and I made it so it's like, if there was changes, the tool doesn't change. The sheet that you input into the tool changes. So yeah, it requires one extra step. And there was another one that was made, and you'd have to go in and change that. back end code because something changed. Amazon changed. They went from like 70,000 variation theme names to like 14,000. So that's a change, but it's like, and then you have to find that sweet spot is how much time you want to do. Like right now, I've been playing around with the SKU economic dashboard on Amazon, and yeah, there's tools out there that already do all this, Scale Insights, a couple other ones, but smaller teams, it's like, or individual sellers, like, can you create a tool that will show it to you, and make it simple so it doesn't have a lot of back end, construction, sort of say. So those are all kind of questions that you got to think about.
Yeah. The field is evolving and there's a lot of certainly clutter and noise out there. It's going to take some time for that stuff to iron out. That's all we got though for today, people. We're moving on with Prime Big Deal Days, Turkey 12, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, whatever you want to call it. All the stuff's coming. Just keep in mind, you really should already been sending an inventory, but send an inventory now. Plan it out. Send it in now. Amazon has been slow the past 2 months to send in any inventory, so you got to get stuff in now, especially knowing that you're hopefully selling through some stuff on deals today. Just keep that in mind and get out there and prime it up or something. Inspirational quote here.